Today is our fifth lesson, and I would like to use this class to tell you how to use a sketch to drawing something. First, I have two pictures on this plan, and I need to go into a sketch, and I choose this plan that I want to draw a sketch on here. So first, I need to draw a circle, and second, I draw a second circles. And third, to this extended line, I need to draw another circle. And third, I need to capture on this line and hit the point on the curve. In the second, I close the line another circle, and until you show this tangency icons on both sides, so you could get the lines have both tangency relationship with this two circular shape. And I hit the point on the curve. Next, I can go into a line and capture 1 point, 2 point, and right and close this and right click change to a reference. And next I'm gonna go into a mirror curve. I choose this curve and selected the center lines and I hit it apply. And next I need to give some repeated dimensions. For example, from this point to this point, let's give it 47 millimeters, and let's change this to radius dimension. So this dimension here is 66, and this dimension here is 38 plus 38. Okay, and then I'm also gonna define these to a 50. And next you will draw a line here, and the phi is 36, so I'm gonna go into radius dimensions and give this to a 36. And next I right click to change into a reference. And next on this extended lines I draw another circular, and this radius here is 6. And I need to go into this pattern curve, trying to change this circular. I need selected this curve, and I need to select the specified point, and then in the count, or I need to count, I need to change to 3, and pitch angle 120 because it's 36 by 3. So next I will go into the quick trim that trims the lines I don't want to have. Okay, so currently I got the sketch that I want to. So let's click finish the sketch to exit the sketch. And second, I will draw in this shape. So I drew a circle. So I still need to select the sketch and this line. So going to a circle, the second circle, and on this extended line, I drew a small circle, second circles. And in here, a line needs to click on one side and give a tangency relationship to another side and hit it, point on the curve. And the next, I trying to connect these two lines, 2 points, and right clicks to change to a reference. And in here, offside curve, let's give it 2. We need to keep a symmetric offside to both sides, right? And hit apply. And next I will do a this line and then trying to go into angular dimensions, trying to calculate this to give it 45 maybe. And then I need to change this line, also going to a reference. And next, I will go into a repeated dimensions. I will define this 2 point dimension is 52. And I'm going to a radius, and this one is a 90. Okay, and radial dimension. This one is 31. Radius dimensions, and this is 10. So this is 80. So next I will go into this mirror curve. I choose this curve and selected the center lines. I got this line here. Next, I also need to choose those line. Oh, sorry, I have a mistake. So here is this one maybe is 11. Okay, and then I continue going to a mirror curve. I choose those sketch and select the center lines. I got this. Okay, I find maybe this angle is not correct. So in here, maybe I can change to a 42, I guess. So next I will redo this mirror curve by selecting those lines I want to do the mirror. I select the center lines better, so I hit apply. So next, I will go into quick trim. So I trim. So firstly, I need to trim those lines that I don't want to shows on this screen anymore. So you need to take very carefully. Sometimes you can't trim those because you have the relationships here. Let's right click and try to delete this relationship first, and then you can begin to do the trim without any problems. Still needs to take careful about some small lines shows on the screen. And next I think I will doing this, so I'm going to fillet hit it 8, so I will give a radius 8 here. So now you got this shape that you want. Great, so let's hit finish sketch. And next I will tell you if you're going to a sketch, hit it OK, and then on the pattern curve, for examples, I have a circle here, and I also have a big circles here. But this circle is take a reference. So next, if you hit this pattern curve, you selected the curve and you select a specified point. And I do a circular, so I can change to maybe 12, and there's a pitch angle I can give it 20 also, so you could got those by a count and pitch. I also could change to a count and a span, so maybe I can give a 300-degree with 12 count, and then I also can change to a pitch and span, so maybe I can give it 20, and then I give 36. In here I need to keep it 20. And in span, you have 360 degrees. So you could got a circular patterns, fully circular patterns here. So let's hit it, apply. And next, I will tell you some relationships by a sketch. And if you hit it a line and right click, in here has some relationships you could choose. For example, I choose horizontal and this line is become horizontal. I also can go into align dimensions. So you could fully define these to give a length that you want. Let's change this to 100 and then I close this, right? If I draw a line and I will right clicks to a vertical, you could totally got a vertical lines here. And if I draw a two line and I hit it, move my mouse to this line and until it's become an arrow here and I click this line. So you could choose the relationship that you want to give to these two lines. For examples, I give a parallel. These two lines based on the first line and the second line change to a parallel relationship. If you don't want to, so next, you could also change the position of this line, but this line still keep the parallel relationship with the first line until if you right click and delete this icon in here, you could begin to drag this line to somewhere it's not keep the parallel relationships anymore. So next, if I have a two line and I hit the first line and second line, here is perpendicular. So if you hit it, you could see it's based on the first line. The second line have the this kind of relationships with the first line. So next, if I have a two line, click the first line, click the second line, you're gonna have collinear. So if I hit it collinear, that means these two lines match, it's overlapping each other. It's not very normal used it to doing a sketch. So if you have a lines overlapping each other, it's cannot do the extrude. It's gonna cause some mistake when you do generating some shape in the futures. So let's go back. So if I choose this line, and I give a equivalence, and these two line not parallel relationship or some relationship else, but it's the same length. But we could also added some relationships to these two line. For example, I give parallel to them again. So you got these two line is parallel at the same time. These two line have the same length, but for the location of this line is not defined, so I could drag this line to somewhere. And I'll fix this line here. Let's right click. In here, fully fixed. If I fully fixed, that means I fixed both sides of this lines, so you cannot drag to do any adjustment to this line. But if I right click just to give a fixed, so I still can move this line, but I keep this kind of angle, but I still can change the location of this line, right? And so if I draw a two circle here and move your mouse to the edge of the circle and the second circle, you could also give a tangent to these two curve, to this two circular. Go back and I choose one curve, choose another curve, and I can give concentric. So you got this concentric of those two circle. Let's go back, choose one, choose another one. So I could give equal radius. So you got this two radius has the same radius. two circular has the same radius, and I click one, click another one. Sorry, I click one, click another one. And if I fully fixed, I can't drag this to, I can't change this to circular shapes anymore. I could also define the relationship of these two circular by some parameters. For example, I go into a linear dimensions. I click on this, linear dimension, click this point, click this point. So you could give the numbers that you want, and also the distance in this direction, so maybe change to 10. So you could have got those kind of relationships, right? Let's go back. If you click this line, click this line. You could also throw coincidence to make it become a concentric circle, right? And next, if you click this line, and you choose horizontal dimensions, so you could double click, you could change this into the numbers you want and close it. It will be update. So if you double click and change to 80 and close it, it will be update later. And also if you click this to give you could also give vertical dimensions. If you change to 1000, it's also okay. So if I have angle eye here, if I fully defined this line, and then I go into angular dimensions, you could give angles that you want. Okay, because it's over limited, so I need to first delete this vertical limited. If I delete this, I can change the angular that I want. For example, I change to 80 degrees. It could be changed the angle that I want. Also, I can give a radius dimensions of the circulars, right? So if I have two lines here, and here is the take a reference. So if I click this point, and I go into this parallel dimensions, okay, I can control the parallel distance between these two center, and I could give the number that I want to. And if you didn't like to change this, you need to fix this circular first, and then you change to this is 200 is enough, right? For examples, if I have two circles here, and then when I click the first circle and hit the second circle, and I give an equal radius, you see the second circular gonna follow the first circular. So the first object you selected is have the priority properties that the second object could follow it. Okay guys, today we just finished our tutorial. See you in next class. Bye.